Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Gyra channel. We've got War Pigs Token with us tonight. And Eric, welcome.
Thanks so much. Thanks for having us.
So much. I didn't hear you at first. There was a little drag, but we'll get through it. Uh, yeah, I mean, War Pigs is on a tear right now.
It has been since we launched. We've had a little bit of hiccups. We crossed that dollar mark. We started consolidating, then we hit the $1.50, consolidated a little bit more. But every step that we take in that step up, we end up shooting through it and reaching another all-time high. I think we reached 5 all-time highs just last week alone. So yeah, it's been a phenomenal run so far.
Yeah, Gyro Token is kind of doing the same thing, but on a much smaller scale. But man, Warpix is awesome. So I'll just give you the floor and let you tell people what Warpix is all about, and we'll dig a little deeper.
Of course, I'd be happy to. Of course, to start out, my name is Eric Rude. I also go by Season for Crypto. I'm the spokesman for WPT, and I am involved in the corporate body. I've been involved with WPT since March. That's when we first opened to our Telegram, and it was started out as a real small group. Kind of grew from there. Started out just adminning, and then one day, of course, Jonathan was busy working on some stuff, and asked if one of us admins can jump in and do MA. And I kind of thought about it for a second, and I was like, you know what, I'll jump in there and I'll give it a shot. And I jumped in there, pitched our project, and just kind of been doing it ever since. I do Telegram AMAs, Twitter Spaces, YouTube. So I've kind of just become the voice of announcing the project and what's to come in the future. So that's kind of how I got involved. I've actually been in crypto since August of last year. So I'm still kind of new to crypto, but like so many other people, been involved in rugs. I lost $7,000 on Suzuki. And we all, most of us have that sad story. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, this is, for those of you that don't know, it was founded by Jonathan Menjivar. It was actually started back in February. And of course, he's an excellent business consultant. He, not only does he own WPT and have the crypto business going, but he owns two separate businesses apart from WPT. One of which being Abstract North South. He's actually owns and operated since 2006. So he himself has been in the crypto space for like 7 or 8 years. So very knowledgeable himself about blockchain and coding and the crypto itself. But apart from the businesses that he actually owns, he actually has a portfolio of over 210 businesses that he consults apart from his own businesses. So he's got extensive business and reach as far as how to run a company and being very successful at it. When he was 17 years old, he worked for one company. Said he was a dishwasher for 3 months. He said that and decided from that point on, never wanted to work for another person again. And from there, got his education, became an entrepreneur, and he's been doing it ever since. So we've got him being the spearhead of our operation. Then we have Miss Nala Kamaladin, a very successful attorney. She owns 3 separate attorney offices, one in Georgia, one in Pennsylvania, and actually just opened office over in Dubai. So she's actually gone international. She specializes in integration law as well as crypto and blockchain consulting. So she's constantly, checking the SEC websites, making sure that we're doing everything that we can to abide the laws and regulations that they have. Because, whether we want to face it or not, SEC is going to come. They are. And you figure 95% of these projects that are out there, they're not going to be around anymore. So we're making precautions, doing everything we can to make sure we're one of those projects that we last. We're going to be here for a long time. That's why we are an actual registered C Corp in New York. As most people know, New York, Florida, and Texas are 3 of the top hardest states, to buy and sell crypto and things of that nature. So with that, we are in the process of getting a New York transmitter license as well as a bit license. Because, like I said, we're doing everything step by step, making sure we're ready and good to go. Now, kind of a rundown as far as what a project actually does. Okay, for every project, there's buy and sell taxes. Well, we receive those taxes in ETH. Now, we take that ETH and we decide to convert it to fiat. Now, we syndicate that prime MCA lenders. And figure as of 2019, at the end of that year, the MCA lending industry was up an estimated $19.2 billion. That's amazing, and of course expected to grow exponentially from there. Of course, the U.S., a verge of recession, inflation, at a 40% higher in the last 50 years. So of course, we're expecting the loan industry to grow exponentially from there. So, and of course, with that, we're expecting anywhere from 10 to 20% ROI profit that we're going to be able to bring back to the ecosystem. So we're going to take that fiat and we're going to do a corporate minute by law vote, and we're going to buy ETH with it, and we're going to syndicate that to our secondary rewards treasury. Now we're actually partnered with Brew Labs. Brew Labs built our secondary rewards treasury as well as our WPT staking pools, our USD staking pool, and our Bacon token pool. Okay, and I'll get into that in just a second. But we're taking that ROI profit and we're buying those tokens and doing buybacks, essentially raising the value of the token. So we're using outside corporate money that normally wouldn't be in the crypto market. It's like getting people to invest in crypto without knowing they're doing it. And we're applying that to the ecosystem. So we're not just relying on people just buying and selling our token. We're bringing real world utility, outside money, and using that to fuel the ecosystem. Now with that, we do have our NFTs, and this is where our Bacon token is tied into. Okay, for our NFTs, bear with me just here. For our NFTs, we have 1,000 epic mixed trades. Now these are one of ones. They are like 320 mixed trades. Okay, but we got 1,000 of the epics. Okay, and those we're actually expected to launch, I'd say, within the next 7 to 10 days. Okay, the main focus on that, of course, we wanted to make sure we got our DApp launched, because for those that don't know, we are going to be minting those NFTs from our DApp. So you're not going to find them on OpenSea or anything like that. Okay. Then we have our 1,000 NFTs that are with legendary traits. Those are going to be 4% staking. If I didn't mention, the 2Ds are going to be 2% staking, and then we have our 1,000 3D founders traits. Guys, these are going to be absolutely amazing. We actually had to outsource these to Australia. They're going to have amazing CGI graphics. They just, like, you were able to see the veins and the biceps and just dust on the clothing and just extraordinary, like almost what you see in an animated movie. That's kind of the quality that we were going with. So those that we're actually still looking at about 4 to 5 weeks out before we launch those. But those are going to have 6% staking rewards. Okay. Now, how that's going to tie into Bacon token. Our Bacon is actually encoded to the NFT through our secondary rewards treasury. So what that means is, in order to hold Bacon, you have to have an NFT and stake that NFT in order to receive Bacon. Like that have to. That's a must. Now, of course, right now we do plan on launching Bacon to the open market where just any investor can buy it. But however, with that, right now, that's not the case. You have to have an NFT in order to stake it. Okay, we're expecting Bacon to launch anywhere between $1 and $2. So just imagine, like right now, we're expecting to launch Bacon. I think we're looking at like 4 or 5 weeks out before we launch, not Bacon, but before we launch the founders NFTs. So guys, but 6% staking. I mean, just think, Bacon, because of the fact that it's encoded to the NFTs, it's going to have its own value separate from WPT, and it's going to have its own volume from everybody buying the NFTs and staking them. So not only that, the utility also tied with the NFTs is we're also going to be really a play to earn game. Now, of course, this is going to be coming in phase 4, which as of right now, we're sitting comfortably in phase 2. We just, 46 days since launch. I mean, we've had phenomenal growth and just the utilities that we've been able to come out with. But a play to earn game comes 4, and also looking to branch into the metaverse where your 3D NFT you'll actually be able to use as a usable character in the metaverse, as well as an upgradable character in the game. So I mean, goodness, it's just so much. Not only that, well, I mean, we got an NFT faucet that we're going to be working on, and just all kinds of stuff. But I'll kind of stop right there to kind of let you absorb everything, because it's a lot. It's a lot to fit in a little 10 or 15 minute chill session. So
Right. And there's so much more to it. Now, I just saw where Jonathan just finished and has released the DAP, explained to some that are already in WPT exactly what that means.
Yes. Have you had a chance to check out the
I
new
have
DAP? Oh
not.
my,
No.
it's phenomenal. It's incredibly friendly, user friendly. I mean, it works flawlessly. I mean, absolutely flawlessly. Not to mention, it's got a really sleek look to it. I mean, Jonathan did a really good job on it. I mean, he spent long hours on it, making sure it was smooth. We wanted to launch it a couple of days earlier, but we wanted to make sure everything was just working absolutely superb. So, but you should really check it out. It's amazing.
What is it for? What does it do? And
All
people hear
right.
DAP, what does that mean? So,
Okay, absolutely. Okay, say well the main thing, okay, for the DAP is like we syndicate $100,000. Okay. Now remember I said we actually receive 10 to 20% ROI on that. So we can expect to bring anywhere from 10 to 20%, 10 to $20,000 back to the ecosystem. So basically those are buybacks that you're actually going to be able to see coming back to the ecosystem. You'll know exactly when, where it came from, exactly how much. I think it'll actually be measured in ETH. So it won't be $5,000 came back. It'll be like 2.3 ETH or whatever. But we want our investors to have that transparency and be able to see exactly where the money's going and what it's being put to, how much WPT is being bought back, and how much bacon is being bought back. So we want that for our investors. So that's the main thing and main use for our DAP. Also too, I mean, the other thing is staking and farming. We have our staking available the first day we launched. As soon as people were able to buy, they were able to stake their tokens using Brew Labs. Well, now they're able to do that through our DApp, and as well as farming. Okay, and for those that aren't familiar with farming, it's oh my goodness, it's an incredible way to earn passive income, guys. I think right now the farming pool is like 224%. But basically, say you want to farm $500 worth of WPT. Okay, so you need $500 worth of ETH, and you kind of compare those together, and you create the wrapped ETH WPT liquidity token, and then you farm that. And guys, like I said, up to 200% APY on that, and of course you're able to unfarm that at any time. You can swap it for USDC, whatever you want to do. But that's the other use for our DApp that's access to our USDC rewards pool. Say you want to stake your WPT and earn more native token, or you've got your NFT staked and you're earning bacon token. You're able to swap those tokens for USDC, and the beauty of that is you're able to do that without affecting the chart whatsoever, because we're bringing in that corporate OI constantly back to the ecosystem. We haven't fully decided if we're going to do that weekly or bi-weekly, but we're going to be constantly bringing back that ROI to the ecosystem. So, people are still going to be able to buy and sell regardless, swap their tokens for USDC. And like I said, it's not going to affect the chart whatsoever.
Well, right now you're talking 10, 20, 30,000. As
Absolutely.
the business develops and gets busier, then you're talking a lot more could be feeding into the system.
Of course. As of right now, you figure 46 days since we launched, and we've already brought over $30,000 back to the ecosystem. And as of right now, we only have 23,700 syndicated right now. Guys, just imagine, what if that gets to 50,000, 100,000 syndicated? I mean, that's going to be $25,000, $30,000 a week, every 2 weeks, being brought back to the ecosystem. And mind you, that's going to buy our WPT. That's going to fuel our USDC rewards pool. That's going to be buying our bacon token, pushing that value up, raising the value. Apart from buys and sells, also raising that floor. So, guys, it's going to be amazing. The passive income just with those utilities alone are just incredible. There's already people making $200 to $400 a week just from staking and farming, and we're 6 days old, guys. This is incredible.
And I should have prefaced this when I started the show. I'm not affiliated with War Pigs. I'm an investor, and like you just mentioned, I got in the pre-sale. Day after it launched is when I staked, and I'm blown away with the rewards. Now, one thing with staking, it started out 60 some odd percent by the time I got into it. I don't know what it initially started. Now it's dropped down. It's around 40 some odd percent. Is part of this ecosystem going to build that
You're
percent?
cutting in and out really bad.
Yeah, I think it's yours. You're kind of fuzzy. I think you got a slow connection or something.
Is that better?
Can you hear? Yeah, you're freezing up. Okay, are you able to hear?
I mean, my connection is not great.
Right.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So, did you understand my question? I was probably cutting out.
No, I'm sorry. I
no problem.
I apologize for that.
No, I was saying as far as like when I got into the staking pool, it was 60 some odd percent was the APY.
Right.
Now it's around 40 something percent, 48 something. I'm not sure exactly, but I mean, it drops. As more people stake, that gets lower.
Exactly. Of course, right. But as people, as it unlocks and people take their tokens out, of course, that rises back up. But mind you guys too, with those ROI buybacks, raising the value of the token too, that's also going to raise the amount that you guys are accumulating back by staking and farming. And I know exactly what pool you're talking about. You're referring to the 90-day pool because I'm in that same pool. And you're right. As of right now, it's still like 46%. I mean, there's some. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's some good tokens out there. If you get 4 to 8%, APY, I mean, that's pretty deep. But guys, even our 60-day pool is still over 20%. I mean, you guys, it's incredible APY opportunity to be collected. I mean, like I said, there's people making $200 to $400 a week just from staking and farming. So,
yeah, it's So what I was asking, some of this stuff you're talking about going in from the treasury and putting back in, is that going to strengthen that where that interest rate could go where they pay a higher APY at times? Or is that
absolutely? The APY. I guess people take out liquidity. It could always rise back up to where it was when we launched. That's always a possibility. But you got to take into account right now. I think last time I looked, we were at 364 holders. So you got to take into account, the holder count, plays a massive factor too, as far as how many people are actually staked. You figure as of right now, in that 364 right now, 85% of our holders are actually staked or farming. So we have a super strong community base that, they see the value, they see the vision, they know exactly where we're going with it. So, we've had some decent sell-offs, but I mean, guys, we have so many more people that believe in the project and where we're going with it, and an incredible dev team that when they say they're going to do something, they deliver on it, and 9 times out of 10 they're delivering on it early. So, I mean, guys, it's been an incredible journey so far.
It's been fun to watch because, like I said, the seed sale you got 8-9 cents, and now it's 2 something. So, yeah,
212 last I checked.
There's a lot of other tokens wishing they could be as successful. And this is just the beginning. Well,
absolutely. And when you think about it too, it's those tokens that launch in the bear market and they're able to stay in the bear market. Guys, just imagine what we're able to accomplish in a bull run. Like I said, guys, we're only accomplishing this right now with 23,700 syndicated. Like I said, what happens if that gets to 100,000, 150,000? I mean, guys, and then we hit a bull run. ETH right now is sitting just below $2,000. What if ETH, and that because we're an Ethereum-based token. What if ETH goes on a run and it reaches 3,500, 5,000, 10,000? Guys, it all, you got to take everything into account. But guys, when we hit that bull run, it's going to be phenomenal. I mean, it's already been phenomenal, but guys, when that bull run hits, it's going to be absolutely extraordinary.
Yeah, and Big Dave was saying that the pre-sale people are up about 20x.
That's about right. Yep.
It's
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah, I don't remember even how I found out. Oh, it was through another token that Jonathan was helping, and that's how I found out about War Pigs. So
Likewise, yeah. I was following when he did the work for Para. He did their NFTs, with the Para preppers and everything. And so yeah, I've been following Jonathan. I think since September or October of last year. So yeah, and followed his work through Para. So next thing he had issues with he himself has lost hundreds of thousands of dollars in rug pulls. So when I saw him posting tweets about wanting to start his own project and needing admins, I jumped on it. Like I saw his vision and I absolutely wanted to be a part of it.
oh yeah. Now I think when I first saw him, it was in Nutra's website,
Yep,
and
he did a lot of work for Nutra too. Yeah,
tokens
absolutely.
involved with are phenomenal tokens. So he's doing something right, without a doubt.
For
He's
sure,
doing something.
for sure. And
Now,
Jonathan's one of those, like, he upholds that reputation. Go ahead.
yeah. No, I was going to
Oh,
say,
Jonathan, he's just one of those people, like,
go
go,
ahead.
go ahead. Wait.
No, you're
Well,
here.
no,
We want
I was
to
just going to
hear
say, well, Jonathan, he's a real straight up guy. And, if he's one of those, like, if he sees anything that looks kind of shady or any kind of discrepancies, like, we're trying to build a legit product. Like, we want to be a true blue chip token and NFT project. So if there's another project that looks kind of shady or anything, like, we're by all means, we're not going to associate with them. We want to be associated with the very absolute best. So yeah, Jonathan. He definitely knows what he's doing. So, and yeah, Nutra is another great project.
And speaking of that, working with other tokens, can you share or explain about this syndication?
I would love to. We're actually coming out and developing an NFT faucet. Okay, so using the same syndication process that we use for our ecosystem, we're able to partner with other projects using the same thing. There's a lot of great projects out there that they're just not backed by a whole lot of utility. And then, they go and they were in a contract. And for those of us that know, anytime you announce your contract, I mean, that can really stunt growth of a project. You can't adjust any of the taxes. Say, you're working on something big and you need more taxes going to development. They're not able to adjust taxes where they see fit to help that business grow. So we're able to partner with those projects, great projects that need that extra help. They can use that syndication process. Say they're going to syndicate $10,000. Okay, they're going to syndicate that, and they're able to buy a 30, 60, or 90-day NFT, and it's a burnable NFT. Okay, so it's locked away for that however that brief period is. Once that time unlocks, it's automatically burned, and you can rinse and repeat. But after that time, it's the same thing. You receive 10 to 20% ROI that they can choose to bring back to their project. They can apply it to marketing, development, hiring more admins, however they see fit, apply towards a project. They can decide to reinvest it or re-syndicate it and do, like I said, do a rinse and repeat, however they want. But not only are we able to do that with partners of other projects, but individual investors are able to use the same process. Say somebody made an extra $10,000 on project XYZ. They can cash out, bring that money over to us, and they can use the same syndication process. Now the question is, what's in it for WPT? We, of course, we take transaction fees, and we bring that back to our ecosystem and that we use for buybacks. And again, they're still able to bring their money back to their wallet. They can use it however they want. They can re-syndicate with a burnable NFT for 30, 60, or 90 days, however they choose. So not just for other crypto projects, but individual investors can use the same technique. I mean,
Now mentioned you mentioned if they have 10,000 that they made, is that going to be the minimum allowed?
I believe as of right now, as of talks, I believe 10,000 will be the minimum. Of course, that's always subject to change. But I believe there's certain restrictions and stuff for syndications to happen. And I believe that is one of the minimum requirements. I believe. Don't quote me on that, but so yeah, but I believe there will be minimums that have to be met.
Okay. but it can be any token out there, or are you going to be specific to the tokens?
No, of course, yeah. No, it's not just any token project. Of course, we're going to have strict vetting, processes in mind. Of course, we only want to work with the best projects. Many like us that they plan on being around for a while. Again, they're docs. They're third party docs like us. We want to make sure that they're a straight A team that are working for their community. So yeah, absolutely, we're going to have strict vetting processes for the ones that we work with and bring aboard to actually pair with.
Okay, so you're going to have a tough vetting process for the tokens. What about the individuals?
Oh, well, the same thing. Of course, we're going to request that they be doxed. Of course, third party docs is absolutely important. That we want everybody to be transparent, and you want to know the developer. Everybody wants to know who's behind the token, where they're based at. Or even on our Twitter. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say you talked about this is for the tokens, but it's also for an individual.
The individuals.
An individual that doesn't have any ties to a token will be able to get in on the syndication. Are there going to be restrictions on who is accepted as an individual?
I don't believe, because the syndication is based as long as you got the money there to be able to syndicate, because it's that once you buy that burnable NFT, it's locked away for that 30, 60, or 90 days. So it's not so much pointed towards the individual themselves. It's just as long as they've got the money to be able to be syndicated. But it's more that the projects that we work with, those are the main ones that we want vetted to make sure that we're working with reputable projects.
Sure. Okay. I just wanted to clarify that.
Of course.
So the individuals don't necessarily have to go through the same vetting process.
Right.
They can just buy their burnable NFT and be done with it. Okay. Right. Is this the part where he's talking about 12? He doesn't want any more than 12.
Right. Exactly. That's exactly right. Yeah, the Syndicate 12. And I think as of right now we have 6 or 7 projects that we're already partnered with. I don't believe that we're ready to fully announce those yet, but we already have partners and collabs with projects that we feel are best to partner with, best suited for the future and what our vision is, and projects that we believe have like visions with where we want to take our projects.
Okay. We'll jump back here. Let's talk about tokenomics, where it was going to be certain percentages and things keep changing a little bit. So you want to explain that to people?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Yeah, of course. Yeah. And of course, I'd like to go ahead and do the shared screen, if I kind of give everybody a visual on this.
Absolutely. Okay. You should be able to, down at the bottom of you'll see the little, I think right there in the middle, it'll say share screen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hit it. It actually says stop sharing. So it looks like it's shared. It looks like I'm sharing.
All right. And we've got, there you go. There you go.
All right. Everybody see what I'm seeing?
We do.
All right. So we have.
Or I do.
All right. So we are looking at tokenomics, guys. So right now, we're not right now, but what we're looking at in the future is 4% going to the operations wallet in ETH. Then we have 2% going to the buyback and rewards treasury. Then we're going to have 4% going to the corporate treasury, and then 2% in liquidity for a total of 12%. Now, for those that are aware right now, tax has been 20%, and it's been absolutely necessary because after we launched, we were trying to build up that liquidity because, mind you guys, it's the buy and sell taxes that go to the corporate treasury, and that's what to the MCA lenders. So we have had a high buy tax, not only to help control large dumps being dumped at once, but we needed that to build up that syndication for the corporate so we can get those MCAs syndication started. Okay. However, to kind of help bring in new investors, though, we have had only 2% buy For I think it's like 4 weeks in a row now, we've had it at 2% buys trying to attract new investors. So keep in mind, guys, we did extend the 20% sales tag as of the 10th. So expect as of the 24th of August, we will be dropping that down to 15%. Okay. After that, we figure about a week, we're going to keep it at the 15%. It might be longer. We'll announce it if changes are necessary. But after that point, then we will be dropping it down to the 12% that you see, and that will be the regular rate from that point on. Okay, guys. So I just want to kind of make that out. Also, too, another thing that's important, where distribution of tokens actually went. Okay, we want to be absolutely transparent. So this is kind of where our token structure went, guys. We have 15% that went to the liquidity pool, 10% that went to our centralized exchange reserves, 10% went to our seed investors. Now we do have 16 seed investors, and for those that are worried, there's no worry there. They were vested for 30 days. Of course, they couldn't sell anything more than an ETH per day. Of course, that time period has elapsed, especially now that we're on our 46th day. But all the other seed investors, most of them, I think all of them. I think Jonathan only said one of them is actually an investor in crypto. All the others are actually high up CMOs and CEOs of actual corporate businesses. So they're ones like they're in it for the long haul. So and those are the ones that made up our seed. So they weren't private investors or anything like that. So then we did have 25% go to reserves, 10% going to our staking, 10% going for the team, and 15% went to pre-sale, and then the last thing went to 5% for our ecosystem growth. So that's kind of like where all the tokens were distributed and where everything went for that. As of right now, sitting at a couple 14.
Right. Now, are there any plans to actually burn tokens? I mean, you're only at a
honestly
supply.
We've got a 10 million supply, and we wanted to keep it at a low number. We figure only Bitcoin has 21 million. Okay, so like I said, because we have the vision to be a true blue chip token and NFT project, we wanted to keep the token supply low, and we're doing the buybacks. Bringing that corporate OI back to the ecosystem, doing the buybacks. It kind of serves as a burn without actually removing any of the liquidity from the ecosystem. So it kind of served the same purpose, but still raising the floor value of the token. So we just find that burning tokens is just kind of a waste of investors' money. So we chose not to do that with our ecosystem.
Okay, a lot of things that are happening with a lot of tokens, they feel like they have to start their own blockchain.
Right.
Is Warpix, do they have any plan to create their own blockchain?
That is one of that's a touchy subject. Of course, it is in discussion. I can't really go much further than that because, of course, we've been working on so much already. But it has been in discussion, possible plans in the future. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, I want to see if anybody else. I mean, I've asked. I love the token. I'm in it for the long haul, and I'm staked for 90 days, so I don't have any choice. But even after
that, have to be on it.
Even after that, with Brew Labs, let me ask you that right quick. With Brew Labs, my very first token I staked 90 days back in April, I think it was. And of course, the 90 days has passed. It still sits there. It still draws just until I harvest. It's continue to draw. So even if you get in on the 30, the 60, 90, or 180, whatever you get into, you're not forced to liquidate at that time. And
that's right.
Right? You can just leave it there for 100 days, 110 days if you're in the 90.
If you so choose, if you want to just leave it sit there, you don't need the money right away. You just want to keep collecting those rewards. Absolutely, leave it sit there for 6 months. I think there is I'm not for certain. I think there is a time limit of a year, but I'll have to double check that. But yeah, no, if you want to leave it sitting there longer than your term, there's absolutely no rush to liquidate it.
Right. Okay. And I don't know if anybody has any questions. Feel free to jump in there and ask. I'm sure I haven't covered everything, but trying to
Okay.
think how
Well,
to make my question.
Okay, I'll go ahead and touch on this, guys. Since we do have our DApp out and fully functional now, guys. Keep in mind, like I said, we're going to be allowed like 7 to 10 days for our 2D Epic NFTs to launch. You can expect those to run at $358 at first when they come out. Mind you, there are only 1,000 of these, guys. Keep in mind, for our NFT project, only 3,000 of these total. 3,000, and guys, mind you, NFTs with any kind of utility behind them is still a new concept. There's a lot of NFT projects out there that, I mean, people are paying thousands of dollars for a digital image that sits in their wallet and serves absolutely no purpose. Guys, these are NFTs that you're able to stake, earn a separate token that you can swap and swap out for USDC, which another thing in the future, we are actually working on $X, our own one-to-one stable coin that's going to be paired with the US dollar or backed by the US dollar. So, and that's actually going to replace our USDC rewards. Okay, now we're looking at probably about 4 weeks out on launching that. But guys, that's another thing. We're actually going to have our own stable coin available for the ecosystem, so that you're able to swap out your Bacon tokens, your WPT that you're earning, swap that out, earn passive income without tanking the charts, and still bringing in the ROI from the MCA syndications. And not only that, guys, with the NFTs, we're also partnered with nutraceuticals, where they are actually going to be producing an NFT or a energy drink powder for us that we're going to be distributing, and we're going to be bringing ROI profits from that also back to the ecosystem that's going to be doing buybacks. We're going to be launching some major marketing with some pretty high up athletes, and they're going to be helping us market this and pushing this product out into the open market for athletes in the health and fitness world. So, guys, amazing. And not only that, by all means, check out our Telegram. We have VIP passes for $45. It is a monthly, but you guys are able to purchase these VIP passes, and it gives you exclusive access to any pre-sales that we may have for Bacon token. If before we launch it to the public, it'll be pre-sale access, any merchandise that we come out with, any kind of new access to services for like beta testing. $45 a month, guys. It gives you full access and inside stuff to be before anybody else. So we have that going on too. I mean, guys, just so much. I mean, we've been working on it, crazy busy all the time. So, but goodness, that's kind of a rundown as far as everything we've got so far. I mean, just outstanding work. I mean, always busy.
Yeah. Now you talked about, okay, we got Warpix token, and you're going to be able to earn Bacon, and there's another token you haven't talked about, Ham.
Ham, right. And actually, that's what that. See, all right. Remember that the NFT fund that I mentioned, where we're going to be partnering with the other projects where they can use the same syndication process. That's where Ham is going to come into play. So Ham is actually going to for the taxes or the transaction fees that we're going to charge for other projects using our syndication. We're going to charge those taxes, and that's what's going to buy Ham. Okay. Again, it's one of those things. You have to be a WPT holder. Where like the Ham is one of those tokens. We're not going to launch that to the open market. That is one that's going to be strictly for the holders. Okay. And only the holders are going to be able to collect Ham from those syndications. And again, that's another token that you'll be able to swap currently for USDC. Once the NFT faucet actually launches. We haven't had a definite launch date on the NFT faucet. We just know it's going to be coming in the future, possibly 2 to 3 weeks. Of course, I'll be more than happy to provide that announcement as it becomes available. But with that NFT faucet, yeah, it's gonna yeah, you're going to be able to just do the staking, and then yeah,
Yeah,
damn, I might just blank.
I have to do an
Yeah,
update video in 3 or 4 weeks when it's $6, $7.
exactly. Yeah, but yeah, it's yeah, not just for the projects, but other individual investors are able to do the same thing. But like I said, it's also going to be able to swap for USDC rewards, and then of course once we swap, once we change out the pools from USDC to our dollar X, once we get that established and launched, then of course you'll be able to swap out your bacon token and the ham and everything for dollar X. Of course, we are planning on launching explainer videos. We've had a lot of requests, and of course, guys, we are very much a community token. We listen to our investors, and so we want to be able to provide the absolute best for you guys. So we will be coming out with some really good explainer videos to help kind of explain the ecosystem. Because we are the first one to deal with MCA lending. There is no other project out there in the MCA that corporate wide back to support an ecosystem. So we understand it's a lot to grasp. It is. It's a lot. But guys, once you realize the passive income capabilities of this project, and like I said, the APY interest rates alone are it's a lot, guys. It's going to be phenomenal. We got so, and once we get that syndicate 12 up and running, oh man, can't wait for the bull run, guys.
Neither can I. Now, with Gyro Token, we have quite a few first time ever investors. So it was hard for me to explain just the general concept of crypto when
Right.
ultimately you're pulling something out of thin air and saying here's a value, and I try to tell them, well, that's the same as fiat. In trying to explain to a brand new person why they should have War Pigs token, what would you say?
Honestly, the main thing right now, what's been the primary focus, anytime I approach something, or talking to somebody about the WPT is, well, like mentioned earlier, with possible recession coming in the future, inflation at an all-time high, people are having to reach out to other means to try to make those ends meet. So the main focus has seemed to be, people are looking to find ways to make their money work for them. And so finding a project that is able to provide that kind of passive income where, an investor, they don't have to get out and get a second or third job. They don't have to take a babysitting job or, go sell things at a pawn shop just to be able to put groceries in their cupboards. That's been the main focus as far as what I've been, my main approach as far as getting people interested in it. Of course, the main thing, of course, as of right now, we are available on Uniswap. Now, guys, we want everybody to have access to our token. So we are looking at third tier exchanges right now. As of right now, I believe it's LBank and Bitmart, along with a few others that I don't want to name right now. But we are looking at smaller exchanges to have that accessibility for our token. And also, too, we understand that there are investors that are more comfortable with, say, Binance Smart Chain or Polygon. So we're also working on another platform to make that cross-chain compatibility more easy so that people can swap their tokens and be able to purchase WPT without, the massive headache of having to sell their BNB, buy ETH, and then having to go on Uniswap and then swap that for WPT. We want it to be accessible to everybody. We want to be a global token. So we are in the works of making it accessible for everyone.
Well, the expense to get listed on the larger exchanges. To me, the minor exchanges, it's not worth the money it costs. I don't know that it's worth it for the big exchanges, upwards to $250,000 to get listed on some of those.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And there are other sites I think that are already doing it for a nominal fee. You've got Ember coming up the ranks, and you're going to be able to purchase. Well, in my case with Gyro Token, probably in the next week or two, you're going to be able to go onto gyrotoken.com, buy a Gyro Token, enter your credit card information, boom, Gyro's in your wallet. Is that not going to eliminate the need for exchanges?
Absolutely. You're absolutely right. It sure would. As a matter of fact, I mean, we have a phenomenal website right now at the moment, but keep in mind, it is only a V1. We are going to be launching a V2 website here in the very near future. I think we're looking at another 3 to 4 weeks on the website as well. But we are looking at ways, of course, like I said, we want to make the accessibility of our token purchase so much easier, because you're right. It's a headache, especially teaching them, how to download a wallet, hey, tell them you got to keep your 12-word key phrase, keep that secret, keep it safe. Then you got to show them how to use the D-app browser. It's a lot. Teach them how to slippage. It's a nightmare. It is. I mean, of course, for those of us that we do it on the daily, it does become easier. But you're right, for new investors, just trying to figure it out on your own, it almost makes you want to give up. So, yeah, we're always looking at new ways to make it easier, accessible. So, absolutely, having a direct link straight on the website is absolutely an extraordinary suggestion. I'm not for certain if we're going to have that something integrated, but I don't see why we wouldn't, because we want our token to be accessible to everybody.
Right. I just can't imagine it being easier and eliminating some of these. If nothing else, if they start getting far less tokens paying their ridiculous fees to get listed on their exchange,
Right.
maybe more and more offer it, and they start seeing a reduction, then maybe they'll come back down to earth in their pricing. I mean, that has nothing to do with war pigs, but yeah, I
No, you're
think
right.
are just the most greedy out of all of crypto, other than your scammers.
Agreed. I agreed 100%. But yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, if there were more direct links straight on tokens websites, you're right. It would take business away from the high dollar exchanges. Like they would have no choice but to lower the prices.
Right.
So yeah, it's a great idea. Especially now, trying to, especially in this day and age, trying to attract new investors is becoming more and more common. I think now actually we're up to what, 14% of the world is vested. I think when I got into crypto, it was just over like 6 or 7%. So we are seeing some steady growth as far as new investors. But yeah, there's always ways to make it that much easier. So I absolutely agree.
Well, I have a different investment group that has nothing to do with crypto, and a lot of older people are involved in that. When I told them about Jira, I had several email me and say, "Forget it. I'm not jumping through all these hoops." So when I
Right.
go to this website, press it, put in still have to have a wallet, of course, but that's not
Right.
that difficult. Somebody can pay half
Right.
attention. It's just the monumental task of going through all the different hoops to Uniswap and doing, and it's a whole new language for so many. So
You're right.
yeah, I think making it more accessible, like you said, making it easier for new people. Warpigs is everything that they are going to be doing is just going to help that price just keep on climbing. And I'm excited.
Absolutely. Well, thanks so much. Yeah, we're happy to have you with us. Yeah, you said you were involved in pre-sale, right?
Yes, I was. Yeah, I
Yeah.
only got in. I wish I had done now. I think y'all had a 3 ETH max or something like that.
Right.
Figured
Yeah.
out a way to make sure I got 3 ETH in there, but I didn't quite get that much. Yeah.
Well, that's all right though. But yeah, we're still extraordinary gains though, and 46 days, guys. Like you can clearly see that the buybacks bring back to the ecosystem. Looking at our chart, guys, you can clearly see it's doing exactly what it was designed to do. Like looking at our chart, you would never be able to tell we're in a bear market. Like never in a million years. Most projects launching would only dream of having a chart like ours. So, guys, and not to mention, guys, a huge shout out to our community. Like we have such a strong community that really supports us. Like I said, they really believe in us. I mean, 85% of us are staked and holding. So, guys, a huge shout out to you guys. You guys are with us. You're with us to the end. You believe in us. So, yeah, we appreciate each and every one of you guys. You guys, all of you were amazing.
It's awesome. Any questions out there? We're ready to see if there's anything we haven't discussed already. Uh, the Telegram you're very active on Telegram. There's so many people there
Absolutely.
ready to answer any questions you have.
Any questions? Absolutely. And we're and our Telegram's open 24/7, guys. We're not one. We don't close our Telegram down at 10 p.m. and open up at 6 or 7 a.m. It's not like that at all, guys. We have admins in there 24/7 a day to answer any questions. If you don't feel comfortable asking in the chat, shoot any of us a DM, guys. We'd be more than happy to address it. We're more than transparent. Any questions that we can't address, we'd be more than happy to. Because just think, guys, you may have a question that another investor may have that they might be too embarrassed to ask. Guys, the only way you're going to know is if you ask. And that's exactly what we're here for. We're very much a community token. We want that community involved. So anything you guys have, we're here for you. We are. We're one of those tokens. We ended up prolonging our pre-sale, and launching our token because we had some investors. They needed a little bit more time moving around the liquidity, to be able to buy into our pre-sale. We appreciate each and every one of you. So, guys, we are very much that community token. When we say by the people for the people, that's exactly what we mean and what we stand by. And you guys are all incredible.
Is there a lot of people will want to buy your token, sit back and watch what happens? And when I was telling somebody else about it a few days ago, they said, "What are the reflections?" Mm-hmm. Is there any talk about possibly adding a reflection tax?
Honestly, as of right now, no, because there's really not a need for any kind of reflections. Like I said, just bringing the corporate ROI back to the secondary rewards treasury, and not only just having people buying the token once they realize the passive income that they're able to collect on it. Like I said, we've got the ROI being brought back in, doing constant buybacks. The ROI from our warped energy drink powder also being brought back in for buybacks. I mean, guys, there's just the value alone being pumped into the charts. And mind you, there's only 10 million supply. That's it. So, as of right now, there hasn't really been a need or a talk for a need of reflections.
So I know I've got some brand new people that are watching us. So when you say buybacks, can you explain that so they understand it?
Yeah, of course. All right. So all of our buy and sales tax are received in ETH, and they go to our corporate treasury. Okay. Once they go to our corporate treasury, that becomes corporate funds. Okay, because you're investing in the token.
When you say corporate treasury, you're talking about a wallet. The funds go into goes into a wallet.
Right, and it becomes corporate property. Okay, so our investors they're investing in the token. Okay, so all of those taxes received in ETH becomes corporate funds. From there, we take that ETH and we convert it to fiat, and we syndicate that to prime MCA lenders. Okay, and in that particular field, we can expect to bring anywhere from 10 to 20% ROI back to we receive it back in ETH, and then we do a corporate minute by law vote, and we buy ETH with it, and then we take that ETH and we bring it back to the secondary rewards treasury, and that's what we do. It's with that ETH that we buy back our native token, being WPT, raising the value of that token because we're buying them. That's like taking them out of circulation. So we're going to be buying our native token, supplying our USDC rewards pools for those that are staking their WPT. You're able to swap that WPT for USDC rewards. So it's going to be supplying the USDC pool and also buying our bacon token, raising the value on our bacon token as well for those that purchase our NFTs and decide to stake their NFTs to earn passive income from the NFT staking. So that's what when we say buybacks. That's what we're referring to as bringing that outside corporate funds back in and buying our own token, taking them out of the circulation and putting them in our rewards treasury.
Okay. So hopefully I'm sure there's a lot of people just shaking their head going, I don't get all this, but
I know it's a lot. And like I said, guys, we do have explainer videos that we are working on. Kind of keep it simple, stupid. We understand it's a new concept. But like I said, we are the first project to branch out into the MCA lending and do that with our ecosystem. So, but we are trying to find a way to break it down and make it easy for even the simple investors that don't know a whole lot about crypto or anything at all about crypto. So you can expect big things coming from us guys in the future.
Sounds good. I'm happy to be an investor. So Eric, I appreciate
Absolutely.
you taking the time out of your day to join us here.
Of
I
course.
want to highlight, and that's what I want. The Gyro channel was Clatter, and it was too confusing. Why is Gyro to Clatter and all this? So it's just the Gyro channel now. But I want to highlight quality tokens, and I can't think of a higher quality than Warpig's token. So I hope people that are watching now or will be watching, next week, next month when they come across this video, and they understand that there's not a better utility token out there. I
And
don't know,
guys,
be competition down the road, but for now, there is not a more solid utility than this one right here.
absolutely. We're only 46 days old. Staking, farming live. NFTs coming, DApp launched. I mean, we've accomplished so much in such a short amount of time. And guys, we're not done running yet, guys. We're not done. So yeah, Andy, thanks so much. It means a lot, that you brought us on, wanting to bring on reputable projects. So it sincerely means a great deal to us that you chose us to bring us onto your channel. That, like I said, that truly means a lot.
And I'll just make it clear with them, y'all aren't out seeking people to promote. I sought you guys out because I'm an investor, and I'm going to keep doing that with other tokens. I want to have you guys back to give updates and say, hey, when I was on your show, however long ago, here's where we were. Look where we are now. And I'm excited because I think every token that we're going to bring on here, not because of us, but in spite of us, are going to do exceptionally well in the short term, but even better in the long term. So this is by far a holder's token. It's a wealth creation token if you do things right.
Absolutely. Of course, everybody is responsible for their own finances.
Sure.
Guys, always do your own research, not financial advice. But guys, please do your research. Let the chart speak for itself. Guys, follow us. Jump in our Telegram. Follow us on Twitter. We do have 2 accounts. We have our asterisk Warpigs token, and then we have another one asterisk WPT _ investing. So we do have one page that is geared more towards the NFT and the metaverse, the play to earn game side of it. But we do have the WPT investing page that is focused toward more the business side of it. So
I'm gonna tell you what you're probably going to hear more than anything else. Man, it started out at what, a dime. Now it's
yeah,
now it's X 20 plus times. So
absolutely.
I can't get in it now. It's done. What would you say to those people?
Oh my gosh, you're still early. If you think we're $2 is it, I'm sorry. I mean, go ahead, sell out now, take your profit, and I'm sorry for you, guys. We're not, like I said, we're launching an NFT faucet, guys. You can hold on to your bag, let it accumulate some. Like I said, with the NFT faucet, I do believe the minimum is going to be 10,000. Let it accumulate. That, guys, we will see $5, $10. I fully believe. Granted, now don't mark my words. It might take 1 to 2 years, maybe 5 years, but we will see $50, $100. We will be up there with Solana. The top 50 projects, and that's exactly what we're going for. We are not stopping. This is just the beginning. So, guys, I understand you see that. You see the $2 and where we've come from. There's a lot of people that's up. God, this is just the beginning. We are far from done. Far from it. This is we're only in phase two. Phase 2, guys. 364 holders. That's it. Guys, what's going to happen if we get up to 3,000 holders? 30,000 holders. Guys, can you imagine 30,000 holders what our syndication is going to be? I can imagine. So what, 250,000, 500,000 syndications. Guys, that could be $50,000, $100,000 brought in weekly, bi-weekly. You guys, this is still early. We are 46 days old. Guys, do your research. By all means, if you have any questions, ask us. Check us out. But we are here for you. But we are just getting started. We are just getting started, I promise.
Great response, because I know a lot of people see the triple O fives and the 18-0 or 15
Right.
zeros one, and they'll drop a small fortune in it for it to never go anywhere. And they think, man, I can't do $2. Well, you just bought how many quadrillion of these tokens? That's never going
Exactly.
to be a thing. And you can't, 100, 200,
Exactly.
$500, let it grow. So,
Right. And the sad thing is too, and we've had some people, of course, take some profits. By all means, but that's what we want. That's fine. That's what it's designed for. But they ended up selling for profit, and then ended up putting it in a different project, and within the hour, it's down 40%.
yeah.
Where'd your profit go, man? If you would have just held it, staked it, farmed it, held on to a month, you could have been up another 5 or 6x. Guys, just be patient. Like I said, everything that we promised, we've delivered on. And like I said, 9 times out of 10, we've delivered it early. We want everybody to have access to it. We want everybody to enjoy the fruits of earning that passive income. Make your money work for you. So,
Yeah.
guys, like I said, it's still young.
I think it's so different and so unique that I don't think people are grasping the full ecosystem.
Right. Oh man, no goodness, guys, you should jump into our Telegram when we have voice chats in our Telegram, and Jonathan gets on. Jonathan is always dropping bombs, whether it's about our NFT announcements and people like there's never any questions. It's like it's like people's heads are still spinning from just all the bombs being dropped because our investors, not just our investors, but just investors in general, they're used to these shady projects that say, oh, I promise we're going to do this, we're going to deliver that, we're going to deliver this, and then they ghost the community for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, not hearing anything, and then next thing your tokens are locked, you can't sell them, and within 24 hours after that, liquidity is gone. You know what I mean? So of course,
Been in a few of
yeah. So of course investors are scared, but guys, like I said, do your own research. When you see everything that we've got and the ecosystem that we've got developed and built, and you see that chart and you see everything in motion and the way it's working, guys, you will not regret it. I give it, just buy in, give it a week. Not financial advice, but guys, I promise you'll be up just in a short amount of time. I mean, we have so much coming, guys, and just think the NFTs are launching, so you start to collect on that bacon token.
Yeah.
Guys, get that passive income.
Couple of weeks, if you want to take your 50%, 100% and run, hey, thanks for the donations.
That's right, because that's good. That's only, and that's the
System.
thing, right? And that's the thing about the taxes is, most projects, they have the high taxes and everything, but they're doing burns or whatever. So I mean, that's basically wasting the investors' money because it's money they never see again. They pay these high buy and sales taxes, and for what? But at least with our taxes, yeah, they're a little bit higher than some. But with the buybacks being put back into the ecosystem, that's money the investors are actually seeing that being brought back to the value of the token, and that's one thing that separates us from the rest is you're actually able to see the value in the chart being brought back. So, yes, guys, it's been amazing 46 days already.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch, not just because of the skyrocketing value. It's good to see with everything that's been going on. It's good to see a successful token out there amidst all of the downturn. Yeah, the bear market may be coming to an end. We still
Right.
don't know for sure. That catalyst hasn't really taken off. We're hoping, but look at the success War Pigs has had when they launched. You launched a week after Gyra, and where we started at the bottom. We started at the bottom of the bottom of the bear market,
Right.
nowhere but up for now. So, and
Exactly.
what you guys are doing, sky's the limit.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's the thing. But when you got a docs dev team, like I said, they make promises and they actually deliver on those promises. That's what's going to be important to the investors. Because like I said, there's so many of us that have been involved in just some scandalous projects that of course there's a high fear in the index going on. But guys, when you see the utility coming in, and you jump on our Telegram and you hear or read about the testimonials about these individual investors that, like I said, they're making hundreds of dollars a week just from staking and taking advantage of the passive income. And not to mention too, guys, because of the fact we are such a community token, guys, we're always doing flash sales. We're like say you buy $200 worth of WPT. Well,
yeah, I didn't get my NFT. I didn't win.
Yeah, I mean, we're always doing that. We have one going on right now. I think, of course, we have been lowering it because guys keep 7%. That's exactly
what you
right.
What is the minimum investment on that one? Was it $80?
I think so. Yeah, and then you have to stake it for at least 90 days or 180 days.
34 tokens, and that's it. And you got a chance not only to win an NFT, but after that, they're going to drop, I guess, a 7% bonus on top of it.
Right.
You get in at say 210. I'm not sure the exact price, 215. You get in at that amount. Well, after the 90-day staking, could that $2 token, they're going to give you 7%. Could it be worth $20? I mean, who knows?
Absolutely. That's exactly.
It could easily double from here because it's already gone up over 20x. So it could easily double, triple by the time your 90 days is up. So that 7% doesn't seem like much, but that's going to be a big wad of money after 90 days.
Yes, absolutely. Like I said, again, we're just over 306 holders. That's it. Like I said, we get to 3,000, 10,000 holders. Guys, you will start to see, of course, it's absolutely possible that we could 2x, 3x, even 4x, even farther from here in just a short amount of time. Like I said, we're just now starting to do some major marketing. And guys, like I said, with the launch of, Warped, our energy drink powder, and like I said, some athletes that we're going to use to help promote this. Yes, guys, it's absolutely possible. So sellers get wrecked, guys.
Yep.
Sellers get wrecked. I mean, do your own research if you need it, but.
Yep. We've been on a little over an hour. I'm going to wish you and Jonathan, Nala, everybody involved with the team, the best success. You've blown me away with all the things that y'all are doing with this token. And if anybody has any questions, they can come to me and I'll get them to the Telegram, get them on Twitter. There's lots of places for lots of information, even through your website. Yeah,
absolutely.
It's
absolutely website. Yeah, we have agreed. Yeah, guys. Yeah, check out our white paper. You go to our warpigs.io. Our like I said, our version 3 white paper. Guys, of course, we started out with version 1, but guys, we've evolved this ecosystem so much in the last 4 months. Of course, you like I said, you look at our chart and you see why we're on version 3 of our white paper. But guys, check us out. Like I said, by all means, use your resources, do your own research. But I promise you guys, you're not going to regret it, guys. You want a token that's going to be around for a long time. Earn that passive income, guys. Make your money work for you.
Yep. Good place to stop. Eric, I appreciate you. Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
We'll come back and do this in a month, and we'll say, "See, we tried to tell you."
Exactly. I look forward to it, Andy. It'd be a pleasure.
Thank you so much, Eric, and for everybody else.
Thank you, sir.
We'll talk to you soon.